Welcome back to this crash course introduction on the 10 rituals of fruitful living. I'm Michelle with beumbrella.com, and it is my great pleasure to tell you today about Ritual 3, Start the Day Right. So, I've already shared a bit about earlier, lighter dinner and creating a more conscious bedtime routine, including going to sleep earlier, in the two previous videos. Now, at this point in the actual Fruitful Living course, people are having breakthroughs. They're already feeling a lot better in their bodies. They're sleeping better, the weight is starting to come off, their energy is increasing, they're eating better, and they're looking at what rituals seem to be making the biggest difference so far for them, which might be a micro ritual within a larger ritual. For instance, with ritual 1, earlier, lighter dinner, a micro ritual might be using a smaller plate, say a 10-inch plate instead of a 15-inch plate. And I just love the science that comes with this, which says that by eating on smaller plates, we eat less. Like, really? How simple is that? And so, what are the different areas that that could be applied? You know, if someone loves eating ice cream at night, but that does not serve their health goals, their body goals, the person that they want to be in the future, then maybe they could just start by switching to a smaller bowl in order to start making progress toward feeling a little bit better. And just starting to build a little momentum, which is going to help that person keep improving at the 1% rate, which is our goal. Just 1% improvement over time. All right, so the next ritual is all about starting the day right. And if you've been around the Umbrella blog, or you receive my emails, or you've watched any other videos in the Umbrella library, then you've probably heard me talk about my history with constipation. Now, the experience of coming out of that, of coming through a wild transformation with that, coupled with working with people who often come to me and they're not starting the day with drinking water. More often, they're starting the day with drinking coffee. I've learned the importance of drinking enough warm water in the morning to flush the system, which for some people it's 2 cups of water, and for others it's 4 cups, and for some it might be even more. Like for me in the beginning, it was 2 quarts of warm water to flush my system. Now, this is really interesting because, and I hope very encouraging, because a lot of times people come into the Fruitful Living community and they're like, no way, Michelle, there's no way. I can't drink that much water first thing in the morning. And that's okay. That's okay. My advice with this, as with everything, is to start small. Especially if you're starting your day and you have been with a cup of coffee or a cup of juice. Start small, then build from there. And what happens is members who came into the community with a history of constipation, with a history of even feeling queasy or nauseous from drinking water on an empty stomach in the morning, right? They're dehydrated. They come to crave water first thing in the morning. And that was my experience, and it's been the experience of many others who I've had the pleasure of working with. I hated water. I avoided it, more so than you can really imagine. And now I wake up and I drink at least a quart of warm water right away, every day, and I love it. Right, okay, so for some people, actually, this ritual of hydration and elimination first thing in the morning, it's already dialed in when they come into the Fruitful Living community. They've already automated it. And if that's the case, then there is another element to this ritual that they might play with, and that is starting the day with a bigger perspective, with knowing our place in creation. So in this ritual, we start to feel into the biggest possible context for our life. And with that, then we start to shift some from exclusively like physical rituals, eating, sleeping, to breaking into some spiritual rituals, which then morphs into like, how do we situate our perspective, not just in the moment that we wake up, but throughout the entire day? Are we all about ourselves? All about playing the victim, about playing small? Or do we keep coming back to deep time, deep space, so that the little things don't throw us off anymore? And now some people, they already have a solid prayer or a solid gratitude practice that starts right when they open their eyes, before their feet hit the floor. And for those people in the Fruitful Living community, they might take this week to continue refining Ritual 1 or Ritual 2. Maybe they buff out their meal plan a little more, or they learn a little about the best essential oils for their body type and use those in their bedtime routine. For others, though, this is a big week of waking up and immediately doing a 1-minute perspective enhancing practice, and then drinking a bunch of water so that they poop before getting on with the rest of the day. That's how it is for most people. Honestly, the big breakthrough for most people with Ritual 3 is getting into a rhythm of having a full bowel movement every morning before they do anything else, before exercise, before getting the kids out of bed and getting them ready for school, before eating breakfast. You really, really, really want to consistently be having a morning bowel movement. And if you're not, that's primarily what this week is about. Okay, stay tuned for an overview of Ritual 4, breath body practices. Peace.